Right, boys and girls, this week I'm down at Bluebell fisheries. I'm fishing Bluebell Lake. Now, first time here. I've not really been doing any fishing, well, that much fishing here. I've been spending a lot of my time just walking around and having a look at the place, talking to a few different people that fish it a lot, and apparently at the moment there's not a lot being caught. I mean, I came yesterday morning at 7:30, Sunday morning. It's now, I don't know what time it is now. Time is 12:15 Monday afternoon. Now, if you're a carp angler and you like floater fishing, the top is just riddled with carp. Absolutely riddled with them. You can see them in like groups of 30 just swimming around, and I've seen the odd bream at the surface as well. I've only had a little skimmer. That's basically all I've had. I'm trying different methods. Like I say, I'm not really fishing that much. I'm only really just getting a feel for the place, and I've been doing a bit of marker floating in these two swims I am while I'm fishing. So I'm just like testing the water, really, just see what happens, and I'll probably start coming down here more often because it's nearer than Linear. It's only half an hour nearer, but it's a lot easier to get to. It's such an easy drive, and now I've got a van, you know, it's not too bad. I can probably go most weekends, or on most days off, shall we say. And so I rocked up yesterday morning, had a bit of a walk around, I chat with a couple of lads who fished here before, and they've had bream down at the far side, down at this bottom end. I think they said that's the shallower end, if I'm mistaken. But I'm fishing in like 15 feet of water, 12 feet to 15 feet of water just out in front of me. I'll show you the swim in a minute, and it's very silty. I have found the gravel patch, but I'm not fishing on that. It's going to be I might fish on there tonight. You know, I've written everything down, what's what, and how far it is, and the wraps and what have you, and I might put some bait on there tonight and see if I can try and wingle something out. I don't know if there's any tension here. I'm told there is, you know, but you can only see here and go for what people say for now. But I know there's a lot of breaming. If you look on YouTube, there's a quorum, like a bit of a quorum video what they did, and it was actually down here for the bream fishing. It was Gary Knowles and Guy Dribble, or whatever his name is, and they were catching some good bream, and apparently they go up to £12 in here, bream. So I say this first session is just going to be basically just might be lucky. I'm fishing with worm at the moment on maggot feeders because I've tried ground bait, I've tried the method feeder, I've baited an area up. Like I said, there's a lot of fish cruising, that could have been just a line of that. But we can only see, can't we? I see I'm fishing on a spot 10 wraps out. It's very deep, silty area. It's a hard silty area, a bit like at Pendle View when I'm saying when I fish at Pendle, it's quite hard. You know, your leads aren't plugging in really, they're just, well, I'm using a flat pair lead, what I was using on the helicopter rig with a bag of maggots and a maggot and corn rig. Now I've turned over to 2 maggot feeders and the helicopter style again, but with a worm on, and just the maggots as free bait, just to keep the swim topped up, see if I can keep some sort of interest. But that was encouraging. That was. We'll see what happens, but we can only see, can't we? I mean, there was a few people on this morning. A lot of people have gone. You know, it's like I say, it's my first time here. I don't really know the water yet, but I'm hoping by the time I go home tomorrow morning, I will know a bit more. But there's someone down here I think is going to move later, so I might just have a whip down there with marker float and have a plumb about and see what the depths are like. But when I get 5 minutes, I'll show you the swim, and I'll show you where I'm fishing. The baits are, it's very simple really. I mean, it's only a case of hemp pellet, corn, a few maggots and a few 10mm boilies in, which has had molasses in, soaking over for a good 12 hours or so the night before I came, 12 hours before I came. It's really stodgy and you can actually squeeze it together because the pellets have took it on and it's made them a bit softer. That's this kind of spud mix I'm using, just to get a lot of smell down there, a bit of colour with the maggots and the corn. And the boilies I'm using are the CC Moore Odyssey XXX, a Bream's favourite in my opinion, plus the 10mm. I like my 10mm boilies. So yeah, it's a nice lovely place to be, very picturesque, lots of trees, lots of greenery. There's no motorways, there's no roads, so it's not like Pendle View, it's not like Wyeside, you can do the motorway in the bypass. It's pretty nice here really, peaceful. And they've got a good tackle shop as well. Yeah. Let's see what later brings. I'm hoping tonight's going to be a bit more eventful than last night. Didn't get a sniff at all last night. Weird. Really weird. Anyway, I'm going to finish my cup of tea, finish making it, and then I will show you the swim later. And I'll show you the rigs as well a bit later on. Like I said, don't expect much from this vlog, it's just a quick, it's more of a recce than an old house just to see what's going on. I'm not done for a vlog for a while, so I thought I'd do a short one this week. And what have you. So I'll speak to you all soon. Right, here's your swim. This is my swim that I chose. I don't know what number peg it is, it's just one on the road. Well, you can drive all the way around here I think, and you can park your car behind the back of your swim. On more swims really on this Bluebell lake. But if you look in front, there's a bit of a tree, like a big bush. It's literally on the edge of the water, next to there's two pegs either side of it. Well, that there is my far bank marker. Now I'm fishing 10 wraps straight out, poof. And I'm using roughly the middle of that tree, that bush, and a bit left and a bit to the right. So I'm basically using all that tree as a marker. So when I'm spomming, it doesn't matter if it goes a bit too far to the left or a bit too far to the right, as long as it stays in between that bush. That's like quite a biggish area I'm using. I'm trying to get the bream in, because like I say, I'm not too sure just how big are the bream stocks in here. So I'm just trying to make a nice good area. I'm fishing 2 rods on it, so there's plenty of room. So that's basically the chosen spot for the next 48 hours I'm fishing. And it's quite deep. It's like 13 to 15 feet deep around that area. I mean, it's a silty area. It's a hard silt. It's not too bad of an area. And if I come across a bit for you, let's bring it in, you'll see a real big tall tree. That big tall tree. Now from this peg here straight out, it's roughly about 8.5 wraps, 9 wraps. Now I found the gravel area in front of that. That's like the far side marker again. But that marker there is for the gravelly area that I found. I mean, I write it all down. I take my notepad with me as I'm marking. Keep casting. When I found something, I clean it back up, cast it back out, cast a few times, see what it really is and what it feels like. When I'm 100% sure that it's gravel, I'll mark it all up, bring it in, put it on the distance sticks, see how far it's out, write it all down, and then I've got it logged. So that's basically what I've done with this one. So that big tree there, 8.5 wraps out, there's a gravel area. I'm contemplating tonight putting a rod on there tonight with some bait out. Now, like I said to you earlier before in the intro, there could be some tension here, I'm not so sure. So I might put a bit of hempen corn and maggots out and sit a feeder on there tonight, and then go back to my other swim, which is just in front of me, and put a swim feeder on there as well. Let's see what we can catch. You know, I'm not hoping for big things. Like I say, I'm not really fishing. I'm only having a look round, you know, getting to know the place. Like I say, when this guy's gone a bit further down from me, I think I'm going to take the marker float down. I'm going to have a bash, you know, have a bit of a plumb about, see what there is there, and I'll make a note of it, so the next time I come along I might jump into that spot. And there's I don't know if you can see it from here, just past the fire. You can't really see it, if I'm honest. I'll take it out. Right, you got 3 bushes there on the bank side, and you got 2 pegs in the middle. On the far bush on the right hand side, there's a peg. There's that one there. There's that one there, and there's one next to it. I'll get a better view later for you. I won't mind fishing them 2 pegs as well. When I've been looking around there, there's been a lot of bubbling. Not so far out. So the next time I might, if you can get round there with a marker float today, I might have a bit of a plumb about and see what we can get, you know. But next time I come, I've got these spots marked up and what have you, and it just gives me an idea for next time I come. Really, it's not a massive water. It's a nice water, very clean. It's just a case of do I come back next time I'm off for a few days, you know, have a real session at it. I'm only here for 48 hours, it's not a lot, and see if I can try and catch 1 or 2 and see how things go. That's basically all I can do, really. So, well, that's a swim choice. So I don't know what number this is. It's just a case of you roll up, have a walk around, see what you fancy, park up behind it and fish. It's a bit lazy. I quite lazy fishing, you know, when you've got to take your barrow around and all your gear with you. There seems a bit more effort involved in that way of fishing. That way, with a linear, it's a case of get your stuff, put it on the barrow, trundle right round the lake, and that to me seems like, you know, all the effort's being done to get round here with all my gear. You know, here it's just a case of just roll up, open the van door and you're fishing. But I'm not complaining. It makes a change. So there you have it. When I bring my rods in later, I'll show you. My rigs and what have you, my bit of bait. And I say it's not going to be the biggest blog in the world. It's just a case of, you know, I've had a little skimmer. If I get up decent, I'll certainly show it you. And I'll keep you updated through Facebook if I catch anything on any of my trips, really, that is. So lovely place to be. Sorry about any wind noise, if there's any wind. I've got a bit of a breeze blowing into this corner, into this bank, which is always a good thing. But apparently no one's been catching naught this past few days over the weekend, and it's been like that all over the complex, I'm told. So anyways, speak to you all soon. Right, boys and girls, this is the rig. As you see, a bit of a worm feeder, helicopter style. That's basically all I'm using. I can say I was using a flat pail head with a bunch of maggots tied on the end with the corner maggot rig. I had no success with that, so I thought, well, I'll try a worm. I'll try a maggot feeder. It tapes up so it's coming out steadily, so I'm not casting every 10 minutes, I can cast every half hour. I can also keep the bait going in every half hour, morning and evenings. I'll fill it up with some spod mix, with a worm. I always tend to cut the worming off me. I don't know about you people who are watching this. I see a lot of good bream anglers cut the worming off. And the reason why I do it, well, my reason for why I do it is because it's a barbless hook and you put a full worm on, I tend to think they can get off a bit easier. Where if you cut it in half, it kind of kills it, plus stops it from wiggling around so much. It keeps on the hook a lot longer. Bit of common sense there, really, innit? And that's it, really. I might put I get a bait tub out there to chop a few worms up, maybe. Put a few casters in there, and a few maggots and a bit of hemp, and I don't know, I might put some CSL liquid in and put it in the feeder instead. And obviously the lime maggots will push everything out, give it a bit more of attraction. But at the moment I'm just putting red well, the maggots are mixed. It's probably more red, a few white and a few other bits and bobs. And that's basically the rig. It's not rocket science, it's quite easy. It's hugely effective, but like I said, this year I'm having a bit of a shit year really for catching fish. So I'm hoping this is, well, I'm hoping it's going to catch me a few fish, but it doesn't always work like that, does it? So let's see what happens. I've just brought one rod in. I've had a bit of action. I tend to find that I'm getting a lot of liners, but I thought it was a fish because, well, I don't know if I can show you, but on the top it's just black with fish. You can just see them all on the top. So if you're a carp angler, you know what a day's float of fishing. I'd get down to Bluebell when it's hot. I mean, they're everywhere. They're in like groups of 30. If I can show you later, I will do, but I think I've tried to do it once before and you can't really see with a camera. It really needs a polarised lens on the end so you can cut that glare off and you probably have a better chance. So that's the rigs. So I'm using just two of them. I mean, my other rods are in the back, my £1.5's. I might put a lead system on them, and I might stick boilies on them later, depending on how this goes. If I catch a fish with this, I'll stick with this. But like I say, it's a new venue. I'm just trying out new things, seeing what I can do. But it's going to be a bit tricky, I think. I mean, the lakes haven't been fishing at all this weekend and over the last few weeks, so it's just a case of trial and error for me, really. I've got an excuse. It's my first time here, so I can blank on my first time. You know, I'm not Matt Hayes or Des Taylor. You know, they don't cordon swims off for me and bait it for weeks on end. I turn up and fish and try and do my best. So that's the rig. I'm doing a bit of waffling on now. I want to get this back out. See what we can do. So I'm hoping to catch a fish. As shit happens, doesn't it? You can't win all the time. So, right. I'm gonna get this out, finish my brew, and then make another brew. Speak to you all soon. A quick update before it gets too late, guys. It's 6 o'clock now. Tea time. So I'm going to make myself some tea in a minute. I'm just going to give you a quick update. Basically what I've done, I've changed spots. Gone to the gravel area, like I told you early on in the blog, that I found. I've been doing a bit of plumbing up and down the banking. I've not found out exciting, but there's a few things I've noted for next time I come, a bit further down the bank. I was going to move and I thought, well, there's only 12 hours left, well, less than 12 hours left, so I'll be packed up by 6 o'clock in the morning. And what I was going to do, I was going to move further down there and fish on the few spots that I found down there, but I changed my mind. So I stayed up here. I found that spot there earlier yesterday morning. I've put 2 rods on that, put the rest of my bait out. I've changed over. You'll see a picture of a rig coming up here in the corner. I've gone over to a boilie rig, helicopter style, but with a bag of goodies on the end. basically pellets, hemp, all covered in molasses, in a PVA bag. That's gone over there, and I'm still on one feeder with a worm, but I might change that before it gets dark tonight. Put it onto the same as the other one. The 2 broilers is the hook bait to Odyssey Triple X. And that's possibly all I can really do, really, to be fair. There's, like I said, there's loads of carp cruising up and down the water. There's nothing really on the bottom. But next time I come, I'll be talking to some more lads about the bream fishing who fished here a few times, and they've been catching double figure bream over on that far bank, which I think that's the next time I come. I think I will be over that side. I might even come down just for the night. I know it's a long way, 170 mile, but I think it'll be worth it. In all fairness, I really need to get to know this place before. You know, my luck at the moment's not that good with fishing. You know, wherever I go, I always seem to bloody blank. So I think for now this is the end of the vlog. If I catch something in the night, I'll get it on cam. Or if I catch something tomorrow morning, I'll get it on the cam for you. Like I say, it's just a quick vlog, really, nothing massive. Just to, you know, show you that I'm fishing here, and you know, there's a bit of an update before all this, before the blog. If you've seen that, it's just saying what I'm doing next, and you know, I've been busy at work and what have you. So getting out is a bit tricky. Well, it was a bit tricky at the moment, but I've got some time booked off work next month and the month after to do some more fishing. But we'll have to see where I go. I won't mind coming back here and give it another go here. So for now, chuck a like on the video. I'm sorry again, there's no fish. Well, it's not over yet. You never know, maybe later. But as for now, thanks for watching. Chuck a like on the film, on the video, on the blog. Subscribe if you haven't already done. It means a lot. And I'll see you all in the next vlog next month. Take care. Right, boys and girls, it's now 5:30 in the morning. I thought I was destined for a blank. Obviously not. Literally half an hour ago this thing ripped off. I know it's not massive, but it's my first fish from Bluebell. I've got a 7-pounder. It's not massive on the camera, but it is not. It's better than the kick in the face. So I'm quite chuffed with that, really. It's been a tough 48 hours. I moved my rods, like I said, onto that gravel spot, and this is where this fish come from. Fell to 2 broilies, CC more, Odyssey Triple X, a helicopter rig with a PVA bag of pellets, and I thought, brilliant, happy days. So for me, I'll see you next time on the bank. Thanks for watching. See you soon.